The forest was dark. The trees were like scary claws. Alex shivered. He was lost. His friends, Maya and Ben, were with him. They were on a hiking trip. "I told you to charge the GPS," Maya grumbled. The GPS was dead. They were lost in the woods. Night was coming. Fear crept in like a slithering snake. "It's going to be okay," said Ben, though his voice trembled, but the forest was growing darker. Shadows danced around them. The air was heavy with dread. They walked and walked. Hours seemed to pass. The forest held them tight in its grip. They were lost and alone. Suddenly, a light flickered in the distance. Was it real? Hope surged through Alex. He ran towards the light. Maya and Ben followed close behind. As they got closer, the light grew. It was a house. A small wooden hut sat nestled among the trees. Smoke curled from its chimney, a beacon of warmth in the cold night. "Hello, is anyone there?" Alex called out. His voice echoed in the silence. The only response was the rustling of leaves in the wind. They were desperate for shelter. They cautiously approached the hut. The wooden door creaked open as if inviting them in. A strange mix of fear and relief washed over them. They stepped inside. The hut was small and warm. A fire crackled in the hearth, casting dancing shadows on the walls. An old woman sat in a rocking chair, her eyes closed. "Hello," Alex said softly. The old woman's eyes opened slowly. They were a startling blue, bright and piercing. She smiled, her face a web of wrinkles. "Well, hello there, dearies," the old woman croaked. "You must be lost. Come in, come in. Warm yourselves by the fire." Her voice was surprisingly strong. The old woman's kindness disarmed them. They moved closer to the fire, their bodies shivering with cold and fear. Something about her gaze, though, sent shivers down Alex's spine. The old woman bustled around, offering them hot soup and warm bread. Her hands moved quickly, her eyes never leaving them. They ate hungrily, their bodies craving nourishment. "You'll need your rest," the old woman said, her voice like a dry wind. "You can sleep in the guest room. It's just down the hall, first door on the right." "Thank you," Maya said, her voice small. The old woman smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Her gaze lingered on them, making their skin crawl. As they prepared for bed, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. The old woman was too eager, too watchful. He couldn't shake off the feeling of unease. Section 5. An eerie feeling. The guest room was small and dusty. Cobwebs hung from the corners. The only window was boarded shut. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. "This place is creepy," Ben whispered. His eyes darted around the room, taking in the strange details. The air felt thick and heavy. It was hard to breathe. "Don't worry," Maya said, trying to sound brave. But even she looked scared. They could hear the old woman's humming from down the hall. It sounded like a lullaby, but it sent shivers down their spines. Alex couldn't sleep. The old woman's strange behavior, the eerie feeling in the hut, it all felt wrong. He decided to investigate. He had to know what was going on. Section 6. The Forbidden Room. He crept out of bed, careful not to wake Maya and Ben. The floorboards creaked under his feet. The old woman's humming had stopped. Silence hung in the air. He tiptoed down the hall, his heart pounding in his chest. He reached the end of the hallway. There was a door there, slightly ajar. The old woman hadn't mentioned this room. He peered inside. The room was dark, lit only by a flickering candle. He pushed the door open a little wider. His breath caught in his throat. He couldn't believe his eyes. Section 7. A spine-chilling discovery. The room was filled with strange objects. Herbs hung from the ceiling, filling the air with a pungent aroma. Animal bones lay scattered on the floor, and in the center of the room, a sight that made his blood run cold. It was a table, but not just any table. This table had straps meant to hold someone down. Alex's mind raced. The old woman's kindness, the strange food, it all made sense now. He had to get out of there. He had to warn Maya and Ben. He turned to leave, his heart pounding in his chest, but it was too late. The old woman stood in the doorway. Section 8, Race Against Time. Looking for something, dearie? The old woman's voice was a low hiss. Her eyes, once warm and inviting, were now cold and menacing. She blocked the doorway, her smile gone. Alex didn't hesitate. He pushed past the old woman, racing back down the hallway. He burst into the guest room, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He had to get them out. "Wake up!" he shouted, shaking Maya and Ben awake. "We have to get out of here!" He quickly explained what he had seen. Terror filled their eyes. They wasted no time. They had to escape. Now! Section 9. The Haunting Truth. They ran through the hut, the old woman's chilling laughter echoing behind them. They fumbled with the doorknob, their fingers trembling. Finally, the door swung open. They didn't stop running until they were far from the hut. They didn't look back. They didn't speak. The silence of the forest was broken only by their ragged breaths. The next day, rescuers found them. They told their story, but no one believed them. The hut, gone, as if it never existed, but they knew the truth. They would never forget the chilling encounter. Some secrets, they learned, are best left buried, and some places, no matter how lost you are never meant to be found.